Proud of them getting the first round win. We hadn't done that in a while at AJ 2019, and did it in convincing fashion and played well. Again, it's another one of those. It's hard to say that we didn't do something right when you score 60-something points. And you got a lot of the backups and twos and threes able to get in there and get some actual game time reps. But so it was a good win. Of course, there's some things that we can work on and get better at, and that was kind of my message, was that each week's going to get progressively harder. That at the farther we go in the playoffs, and so enjoy it, and then be ready to go back to work on Monday. And so far, we've been able to do that. Offense did another great job of as far as moving the ball. We probably had our best night of throwing the ball, which was good to see that we improved on that over the season and have gotten better at throwing it. It possibly could have been a little bit better, but at the end of the day, when you score 60 points, again, and a lot of that was the offense this time around. The defense set us up with some short fields in some instances, but the offensive scoring was kind of the big part there. So just proud of them. We had got banged up a little bit, so or have been banged up since Buford, and some of our blockers up front, that some of the younger guys are having to jump in there that haven't played a whole ton during the regular season, that they're getting in there now. And I thought they did a really good job of stepping up and stepping into that role. And so hopefully that's, just signs of things to come. Defense did another great job. We held them to gave up a big play on the first play from scrimmage, but it was another one of those kind of teaching them on that we've been in that situation before. Sherrall did that and tied the game up or close to it, and we didn't flinch and just went back to work and did a good job. The very next series, we stop them on fourth down on their own 28, 30-yard line, somewhere in there, and score quickly and kind of took off from that point. When the ones were out there, we did a really good job of shutting them down. They threw it around on us a little bit, and kind of that's what we wanted to work on, and we kind of placed more emphasis on last week in practice. And I felt like our guys did a good job of responding to that. And the other positions, teams or phases did a good job of helping the defense out and just not putting them in some bad situations. And so just another stellar night by the defense again, and hopefully can build on that too. Special teams did a really good job of, again, when you kick off as many times, when you score a lot of points, that's a good thing, but it's also kind of where those are longer plays because the guys are sprinting so far. And so that's a good number of our starters on defense play on that. And so we kind of have to start throwing some other younger guys in there to try to give them a break, give them a spell. And I thought we did a good job of that. Even for the kicker that for Tyson, he doing the kickoffs, that's a really strong kick, a lot of stress put on the leg when you do those. And he's been doing a really good job and gotten his legs stronger as the season progressed and gotten really good at putting the ball down in the corner and giving our guys a chance to go down there and cover them up. So I thought that was, another great job there. Didn't punt, so that's always nice. The other big thing was I feel like the pressure that we put on people with our punt block team, that caused them to be a little errant on their punt. And so we got a safety one time off of that. And then the other big thing was we had an injury where our long snapper Fuller went out. And so we had to find one real quick, and Banks did a good job stepping up and doing that and feel confident in what he can do. So just another good 3 phases, and saw the kind of one of the craziest plays I've ever seen, where we kicked off and the ball stops like on the 1-inch line. And then the kid for Ridgeview picks it up and takes a knee, which I was quite shocked by, but I don't think he was expecting the ball to just stop there either. So just kind of a crazy night when it came to that, but I thought we did a good job on all three phases. Yeah, we've had a few injuries here past couple of weeks, and that have played an impact in Friday night's games. But uh, I think us scoring as much as we have on offense has allowed some of the younger guys to step in there and get some reps, so that, like I said, they're not missing a beat. They come in and it's just another guy stepping up. But I think that also in defensively, it's kind of the same deal that especially at DB and at defensive line, that we've had guys step up, and we've had quite a few guys play and basically produce at those positions. And so because of that, yeah, we can kind of call on, be confident in them, and that's a real big thing coming into the playoffs, is having that confidence that we can depend on certain guys to do what they need to do. But I think the really big thing that goes to is just that this team has bonded really well, and that they get along, and so they're playing for each other. They're not playing for themselves, and they also feel confident in each other that if somebody goes out, that somebody's going to step up and do the best of their ability, and that they're going to hold each other accountable, though, if they're not doing it, and kind of that connection that they have that allows that to happen. Focus has been just the same thing we've been working on for a while, but the 1-0 mentality, what's important now, because mentioned this last week, but it's the win or go home type of deal, and we want to be able to continue on and continue making some history for AJ, but also realizing this week it could be a Lancaster County history, and we talked about that yesterday at practice. But the focus is just doing your job. I mean, again, that's a never every week what we're doing. We're having to put some guys in some places, younger guys stepping up and filling some voids for those injuries. But we feel confident in them. Had a good 2 days of practice so far, and understand that we play better, it seems like, when we're at home, a little more confident, a little more loose, and so we get that basically privilege to get to do that, and so our guys have been excited about that and getting a chance to play. Timberland's a big physical team. They play ball. They're kind of overall big scheme things very similar to us. Play good defense and then run the ball. They got some big guys up front on both sides that are physical, like I said, and just kind of smash mouth football, as some others have compared our game to, and do some things defensively that could be a challenge, as far as that they're just aggressive and remind us of the Lakewood and Central Pageland game. They got a really good linebacker that is playing in the Shrine Bowl, and then they got a really good defensive lineman that we're going to have to make sure that we prepare for and know where he's at. Then their DBs are physical. On the offensive side of the ball, they got some gigantic, looks like grown men playing offensive line, and sometimes they put that big linebacker Shrine Bowler at back and just say, come get you some. And so our guys have to be ready. But we feel like that's kind of our mentality too. But they got a couple of playmakers at receiver that they can get the ball to. So, I mean, it's going to definitely be a challenge, but wouldn't expect anything less at this point. It's pretty much region champs and runner up. And so those are going to be tough football games. And it's just, like I said earlier, going to be tougher each week. But I feel like we've had a couple of good days of practice, and our guys are excited about getting to play.